Ahoy players, welcome to Settlers of Broton. Poker is my favorite game in the whole world, more than Catan, more than anything, and it's a game that I think everyone should learn. There's countless different variants of poker, different ways to play, and today I'm going to teach you how to sit down at any poker game and win some cash. What do you say? So poker is a game played with a 52 card deck and chips, which are round pieces that each have monetary value. In any casino or home game, you'll have a dealer who deals with everything related to the cards and the chips. If you're at a home game that doesn't have a dealer, typically players will take turns dealing the cards. The short-term object of the game of poker is to make the best 5-card hand, based on a ranking system we'll get to in a minute. There's a couple less popular games like Badoogie that will play a little bit different, but odds are if your buddies invited you over for poker night, you're probably going to play Holdem or Omaha or something like that. So round by round, you're trying to make the best 5-card hand. However, the long-term object of poker is, of course, to make the most money. Before you're dealt any cards, one or more players will be required to place either blinds or antes. These are forced bets that increase the size of the pot and therefore increasing the incentive to play. Cards are then dealt to each player. Those who choose to remain in the hand will put chips into the pot, and at the end of the hand, one person will win the entire pot unless, of course, there's a tie. Once you have cards in front of you, if you don't like them, you always have the option to fold or get rid of your cards. At that point, you won't have to put any more money into the pot, but you've also lost any chance of getting that money back. To continue in the hand, you must always match the current bet with your own chips. This is a call. So if the current bet is $20 and I like my cards and want to stay in for another round, I have to pay $20. If you really like your cards, or you want to bluff and pretend like you have really good cards, you can always raise or make the bet a higher amount. A raise must always be at least double the original bet. In some cases, especially when you're the first to act, there is no bet to match. So at that point, you can place a bet of your own, and everyone who wants to stay in must match that bet. Or you can check, which simply means you want to stay in the hand, you just don't want to risk any chips yet. There's usually between 2 and 5 rounds of betting like this until showdown, when everyone who matched the final bet reveals their cards. At that point, whoever has the best 5-card hand wins and gets all the money in the pot. So that's how a hand in poker operates. Now let's get to the hand rankings. There's 3 main things that you're trying to do to improve your hand. The first is getting multiples of the same card. The second is getting 5 consecutive cards, called a straight. And the third is getting 5 cards of the same suit, which is called a flush. Here's the full list of hand rankings. Even if you have absolutely nothing, you still have a high card. The next best thing you can do is have a pair, or 2 of the same card value. After that is 2 pair, then 3 of a kind, also called trips. Next is a straight, followed by a flush, both of which we mentioned earlier. After a flush is a full house, which is trips plus a pair. Then you have 4 of a kind, or quads. And finally, you have straight and royal flushes, which are both consecutive and the same suit. If you're a beginner, make sure you memorize these. It is critical in poker to know exactly what you have and what your opponents may have at all times. After a hand is completed and the winning player receives the pot of chips, the cards are shuffled and a new hand begins. And that's how you play poker. For videos on specific variants like Texas Holdem or Omaha, or if you're looking for other in-depth strategy videos, make sure to subscribe and check out all the content we have here in Broton. Much love, thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. And they will get all of the money in the pot. If you're a beginner, you must memorize this. And that's how you play poker. For videos on